Dun, 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 dun. I forgot lights. So, welcome to the place where you can't see my face. Give me just 1 second. Okay. So I just got done calling the police on some freaking neighbors who apparently decided to shoot off their guns at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm a little bit sorted here. Not quite out of sorts, just under sorted. Oh, no, that did not work. I guess that's good enough. So, today we're going to be discussing, well, some annoying problems if you want to do the all-girls team experiment here on Final Fantasy 13. You know, I sit here and I make videos as if YouTube allows me to participate or whatever in the community here. But let's just say I have evidence to the contrary. I have been collecting over these many years in which I've gone from several $100s per month on YouTube when I was just starting out to, after I was proven right in many ways, just proven right, instead of that getting me more viewership or any sort of recognition, that got me suppressed. So please bear that in mind if you're new to the channel and trying to sift through the craziness to get to the good stuff. I appreciate your patience in doing so, because I have had things and individuals making every effort to drive me crazy. And I try to maintain to a point. Sometimes you just gotta let loose, though, you know. But one of these things is deleting my views, just outright deleting my views. I recently had a little repeat of an experiment. I've done this before. It seems to happen over and over again. I wait long pauses between doing this. I take a bunch of videos that were about certain subjects that I, as an American, should be allowed to talk about. Not politically offensive, you know, right? And I've made all these videos private or unlisted, and after seeing my revenue steadily go down for a long time, it's stabilized. And then I made them all viewable again, and my views went up. Oh, my views had been tanking, actually. I had dwindling views. My views went up, but my revenue went down. Now, why does it say my chat's disconnected? This shit that I gotta deal with. So when I was going through to recensor myself, okay, set all the, patriotic and political and religious type videos back to private or unlisted. What I noticed is that I would have videos when I selected viewing from most viewed, right? It shows your most viewed videos first. And sometimes I would see a video that I had just edited pop up further down the list with less views. If anything, things should be getting more views. But I get to see the views removed over time. And some videos here and there that are either innocuous or borderline pointless and mildly embarrassing. Those videos do okay, but the extremely well thought out presentations that I think people would have greatly benefited from as far as the natural discourse of things right now, internationally, politically, sociologically, the world would be a better place if people wouldn't dismiss me out of hand and think it was their mission in life to drive me fucking crazy. You see, when it comes to arguing most points, as far as the ones that I make about things and the plans that I have to do things, there really isn't anyone who can make a logical case against the claims that I've been making, because most of them have panned out to be true. And as far as what I want to do moving forward, I'd really love to hear somebody debate me as to whether or not they had a better idea. Like, I'm paralyzed right now. I'm literally making a lightning returns video because I have nothing better to do, and I'm just so frustrated about my stagnant situation that I've been in since Hurricane Katrina hit. I mean, straight up. But I go here on my little video manager, and yesterday's or the day before's broadcast, yesterday's, last night's, Benepickle. That broadcast was demonetized. Not just orange, limited to no ads, but demonetized, unavailable due to copyright infringement. And I go and I play it, and a fucking ad shows up. Which means they're getting ads off of my channel, they're just not paying me for them. So, that's fascinating. I just, despite the fact that the world has done nothing but abuse me my whole life, I still want to commit the rest of my life to saving it, even though I basically committed my whole life already to saving the world one person at a time, or one soul at a time. So my one little preview monitor troll person came on, left, and then this happened right after he left. He or she, excuse me, don't want to be sexist. Anyways. Eyelash going crazy. So before I get into the leveling guide, just in case there's anybody who watched the previous live stream where I was trying to discuss about, the actual business plans I'm trying to put forward. I'm sorry I don't really have a quiet household during the day. I have to either wait up till the middle of the night to do a live stream or don't do one at all. So I sometimes struggle to gather my thoughts this late at night, but I have coffee and it helps. To a point, mind you. But anyways. So my vision for this channel, for my business, for my overall enterprise, as it were, is not as complicated as it sounds. Okay, it's first and foremost about building relationships. If you know anything about management or leadership, it really takes a team of people to make something good happen. It really does. And as scatterbrained as I might seem to someone who's trying to evaluate me for a grant or something like that, when I try to task myself with so many things and try to overburden myself as far as daily scheduling goes, I understand exactly how far I can push myself, and I understand that I need the right people to accomplish certain things along the way. And what you might notice about my planning is that it's phased out with contingencies, and things are meant to develop and grow in a very concise and straightforward way that starts with procuring land. I mean, this has to be done on land. We need land to basically flood to experiment with these buildings. And, okay. The two prongs of this effort. Floating fish store that self-sustains, that promotes ecological knowledge, that serves the local community. We're going to basically what really needs to be done is an international fund for local saltwater aquarium stores that we organize and set up to be educational centers, because not everybody has a big aquarium, but people might like to go to a freaking little local fish store if it's set up nice and if it's shaped like a pyramid. Yeah, just shaped like a straight up pyramid for no reason. Well, because it's stormproof, to save on insurance money, really. And these pyramids also happen to float. So one of the drawbacks about setting up a fish store is overhead. You need cheap land. Cheap land is usually either by a railroad track, that won't work, or it floods easy. Or airport, that won't work. You don't need noise. But flooding can be solved if you can make the whole facility float. And that's what I plan to do. And in doing so, I made a building that was modular and made of interchangeable parts or structural components, basically, that piece together to make different configurations and provide a wide array of options for a complete marketable product line as far as disaster-resistant buildings go. Cheap, modular, scalable, deployable, not using any types of plastics or composites or anything that's chemically toxic. It's going to be all done just the way normal houses are done, just with a little more clever woodworking. But that woodworking is going to be done in a factory, and then those pieces are going to be assembled on site to make the house. And then there's going to be a little shingling work, mud going to go up on the drywalls, and then you're ready to paint. Anyways, so the plan is to have these educational franchisable fish stores on the one hand, to model the facility and the capacity of it for data collection purposes, so that we can then, after franchising these, basically selling aquaponic facilities in a box. Okay, whether they be to local municipalities or farmers or people who want to live in a house that can grow its own food, that's also storm-proof, that also helps clean the river, that also, is a positive thing for the environment. These things are going to be built into these structures to where you can go to a third world country, set up a bunch of these along a crappy river, and they're like food factory hotels that also happen to clean the fertilizer excess out of the water, by growing edible plants from the water. And you have basically a roof refugium and the capability to keep a massive amount of aquatic livestock in the center of these structures. And there's a lot you can do with them, and you never have to worry about it. But on the other hand, okay, so you have the building company itself, okay, and you have the fish store as a prototype for the buildings, and then this charity that's going to kind of be the owner of both of these things, which I would like some officiant, possibly a chairperson or treasurer from Australia to come, really oversee things from a broader strategic standpoint, and be the point of contact for the store franchising as well as the disaster relief type shelters for the building company. So coordinating the efforts between the building company and the aquaculturalists doing the coastal restoration. And eventually designing a new type of vacation home communities, eventually designing new types of housing communities that, instead of polluting the environment, either don't pollute anything at all or actually clean up the environment around it. Because really, the water, no matter what water it is, can be used as a carbon dioxide filter. It can clean up phosphates and nitrates that are, killing us all slowly because we just eat far too much of them. They're in our water. They're not supposed to be in our water. But that's why humans are so unhealthy. It's because of the phosphates and nitrates in our water. We're naturally supposed to be drinking spring water. People who drink natural spring water that isn't contaminated in some way, they live a lot healthier lives. But what's going to start it all out, at least my plan to do it anyways, is to make this building make news. Okay? So I'm going to be building in one of the most talked about towns in Louisiana, Zachary. Okay? It's like the biggest little small town around. Alright? And everybody in Zachary is going to know about this place overnight. And they're going to get on social media about it. And I got friends in the news that are going to come down and do stories about it. And we're going to make it an educational exhibit. And we're going to make basically a 24-hour live stream YouTube channel about that store. And if at the point where I use Google AdWords promotions to promote the building of a groundbreaking new maricultural educational retail facility, and they still want to suppress my channel, I'm going to go to Google headquarters in person and beat the shit out of someone. That's just what it might come to. Because if they don't have the answers I want to fucking hear, if they don't know how to make this better, somebody's going to get crashed into somebody else. Because I'm a giant angry person when it comes to people who have harassed me for 3 years straight. And if they want to keep me from saving the world, they're at least going to get a broken nose. A jaw, collarbone, probably their diaphragm, a couple ribs. Anyways, you know. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Google AdWords is something that they can't just undo like they undid everything else I used to try to promote my channel. And this facility is going to gain a lot of interest in the aquarium community. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to be wanting to watch what happens when we build this place. And we're going to be filming it all. We're going to be, doing like video tour of the land, video tour, probably day-by-day reports on the construction, and the stocking of everything, the setup of everything, the first fish that arrive, properly quarantining them. And it's going to start with the fish tank community. Okay? But what I want to do is use my online persona to go and discuss political things in a way that reminds people that there's bigger problems. Because the fact of the matter is, we need to come together on certain issues here. And that's, people can hate on me one way or the other and say I'm a this and that and the other, but as far as my politics goes, nobody has any right to censor my freaking broadcast, because all I have done is try to bring people back together from the far right and far left. So if you want to hate on me for trying to talk sense into people, something wrong with you. But anyways, so that's my commitment to any Australians who might be interested into helping me out with this endeavor. Basically, I want to focus on the Gulf South of America and try to get people around here invested in and interested in coastal and reef restoration. Not as a hobby, not as a philanthropy, but as a business. I think people can make a lot of money doing this. People have been making a lot of money doing aquaculture if they just set things up more efficiently. If they focus more on cutting costs in some areas and doing things right the first time, and building an ecologically efficient facility, not just a financially efficient facility. I think we could probably get governments around the world to support this by providing possibly tax breaks for a zero impact emission standard for any food production facility or maricultural facility in general. Like, give these people no taxes for 5 years or something like that. Doesn't even have to be permanent. Give these people a tax incentive temporarily for setting up, when they would just be setting up a facility that grows fish. Okay? Set up a facility that grows fish and plants. And even if you don't want to grow edible plants, there's coastal restoration materials that are in high demand. We need mangrove trees by the thousands, possibly the millions. Okay, we need millions of mangrove trees. And these people with their fish growing facilities can just run a field of pipes and grow 4-foot saplings. Just some hydroponic pipes. So, I'm not talking about going on news shows or talk little circles, jerks online or anything like that. I'd be glad to be interviewed by whoever wants to interview me, and I would try to keep the profanity to a minimum, of course. But what I want to do is meet directly with business leaders, directly with political people, starting here in the Zachary area where I already have lots of good contacts. Let me put it this way. The only way somebody could underestimate the value of what I plan to do is if they just don't fully understand it. Either you don't fully understand the problem, or you don't fully understand the solution that I'm proposing. The problem with the world right now, period, the number one thing that can, if it changes, will start a ripple that will change the entire world, is the mentality, the hypocritical Christian mentality, mind you, the general mentality of the former Confederate States of America. Yep, it's the rebel South. And those are the people, they don't need their political minds changed on any issues. That's a different subject. But what they need to understand is, if you believe the Bible, this is what the Bible says. It says to take care of the earth, and we're destroying it. If you believe in making money, this is the best way for us to continue making money. If you're one of these crazy conspiracy people who, thinks blah 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 is going to take over, the world's going to end, well, guess what? If we don't fix the oceans, the world is going to end. And it's not going to take a meteor. It's not going to take aliens. It's not going to take some sort of retrovirus unleashed by the Illuminati. It's not going to be the gay frogs. It's going to be when the ocean stops absorbing carbon dioxide and turning it into oxygen, and starts absorbing oxygen. And basically locking it up, and big swaths of dead bacteria just blooming and blooming. And boy, it's just going to be really stinky and really sad. Then it's going to get hard to breathe for everyone. And that's just crazy to think about. But we're headed there. And if you don't believe me about that, you probably didn't believe me about what happened in 2016. Even though I said it was going to happen in 2014. Anyways. So I guess, since nobody's still fucking watching, I will stop waiting for questions and interaction regarding the whole plan to save the world that nobody seems to care about. Just so you know, when it all goes to shit, you deserve it. But I wasn't even going to bother taking the time to make a broadcast, because I know nobody deserves it. This world is appalling. Nobody cares. And all the technological solutions in the world aren't going to do any good if nobody cares enough to implement them. Nobody cares enough to invest in them. And once I'm no longer stuck in this freaking house in the middle of nowhere and only unable to interact on YouTube. Not able, unable. The only way I'm unable to interact. I'm not actually able to interact with anybody. I'd like to actually be working instead of playing a freaking video game. But if all I can do is play a video game, I guess I might as well at least try to be of service doing that. And what we've got here is I've been using the all-girls team since Fang learned haste and Lightning learned protect. From that point on, I've been using nothing but the girls, just to see if it was possible. Because the guys come with a distinct advantage in HP and capability, but I really like the saboteur ability of the girls that they start out with, and just the idea of, women can do it too. A lot of things women are better at, in fact. And well, one of the things that I feel like I've been suppressed for on YouTube is for that standpoint. So, I'm just being a little deferent to the feminine species. And there's a little problem here that I wanted to solve for people that applies to any team. So, here is the little area that anybody at this point in the game would be familiar with. This is after beating Martandalus and Orphan. And there's the one little area where you can fight the Behemoth King and the Megalomaniac or whatever he's called. And they're easy, but it gets boring chopping them down over and over again. So what you do is, instead of just coming up to the save sphere and then walking back, you jump down right here. And then you can come up and ambush these groups one after another. And at this point, all it should take is a few Ruingas and they're dead. Oh wow. I wonder how long that's been on mute. Thanks, Mr. Conway. It probably would have been on mute a hell of a lot longer had you not said anything. Good God. See, this is what happens when you leave me to myself. I just can't function. What I was saying earlier, I need a team. I need a team of people to work with. Can't do all this shit on my own. And to any of the wonderful people who I've been applying to grants with, you don't have to worry about trusting me with your money, because I'm not going to trust myself with. I'm going to basically find some sort of caretakership, hopefully with the help of certain related entities, and basically found a charity and give power of attorney over the charity to a local member of the community, and make the treasurer of the charity more than likely the husband of the real estate agent that's going to be helping me acquire the properties. But I'm not a lawyer, so my plan was to get a lawyer to basically help me figure all that out. With as well researched as a proposal as I've made, I don't think I should be making any of the final decisions as far as things that could put me in legal jeopardy or be in any way construed as irresponsible or conflicting. My intention is to be as vigilant as possible about accounting for that kind of stuff. But anyways, so how you doing, Mr. Conway? Thanks for unmuting it. Was it mute the whole time you've been here? I think it was. I don't even know if it was muted while I was still explaining business stuff at the beginning, or if it got muted while I was explaining what I was doing on the game. I don't know how long it's been muted. Oh man. I don't eat or sleep enough. And this woman's like, box of hair dyes, only $3, but you need 3 colors. Looks really cute, but oh man. So that means it was. Let me ask you this. Was the screen still, or was I... No, I was doing this. Oh shit. God, there's no way you know. I have no idea how long. I'm not gonna know until I replay the video, and then I'm gonna pause the cough and then forget to unmute it after I cough, apparently. That's what I get for being polite and not trying to hawk loogies on the microphone. So anyways, for sure what I had explained was that this is the area back in the, in the fault warrens. But, what do you call them? In the calm lands area, what the fuck do they call it? The big Arcolite Steppe, yeah, the Arcolite Steppe. After you get a chocobo, you can come up here, and this is probably the best CP area you're going to find. And one of the best ways to level up early on, once you get to the point where you can actually get bored of fighting those behemoth kings, and to where you're strong enough to go and fight the groups of 2 behemoth kings with caution. Then you come here and you can get some considerable AP per battle. The problem is there's a lot of walking between the battles, but I think overall time and boredom, it definitely makes it worthwhile. It's just, a little different change up of things to keep occupied with. And then, these monsters are pretty significant as far as the CP they give out. Anyway. For 2 fucking disabled broke people, we've been keeping pretty well. There's a lot of crap that I started when we had money that it's just fucking depressing. I really need to sell my Integra. I have an Acura Integra just sitting out there doing nothing. And I love the car. I want to make the car a promotional car for coastal and reef restoration by turning the car into a clownfish. Oh yes, it's going to be a clownfish race car. Even going to have matching clownfish race team shirts. It's going to make the people look like clownfish. Hey, you're going to have your little neck stripe, you're going to have your little side stripes, you're going to have your little waist stripe. And, drawn up, it actually looks cuter than it sounds. Anyways. How does one convey the benefits of a plan as complex as mine without babbling on and on or sticking to rhetorical nonsense? The only thing I can really say is that if you doubt how much of the game plan I actually have planned out in intricacy and nuance, you'd be shocked. And no hackers, it's not on the computer. Oh, damn it. Not showing up, eh? Somehow, this window no longer shows up See, I'm moving the mouse around. There's a fucking window behind it. As soon as I went to go and just share that little fucking window, it disappeared. You know, that window that I usually drag up on here that shows the high CPU usage? Now, when I drag it, it shows up behind. Like, literally, it drags behind Internet Explorer. It's sitting there behind Internet Explorer on my screen. It's not just showing up on here like that. Anyways. So, we've been fucking... I don't know. To be honest, I've been getting depressed at how stagnant my productivity is and how broke we are, and like really just fighting depression mostly describes what I've been doing lately. And you know, feeling my age, feeling like I haven't accomplished what I was sent here to do and what God's given me the talents to be able to do. And so I just sit here in fucking middle of nowhere. My wife can't drive anymore. So now it's both of us just sitting around here. And I frankly don't like to use the gas money. We went to PJ's that one time when Joey sent us some money and insisted on we did something fun instead of just paying bills with the money all sent. Went and spent $20 at PJ's. Man, that's living. Feed my whole family for 2 days off of that. Speaking of ramen noodles, we need to pick some up. My wife cooked greens, mustard greens with bacon in there. But I wasn't in the mood when I woke up for all that acidity. I usually love them. I'm just not in the mood for it. I think she said there was somebody selling them on the side of the road. You know, like their own damn greens that they grew and harvested. She got a good deal on them, shit. But anyways. See, when my wife declared bankruptcy, I really wasn't having it. And we got into some fucking screaming matches over it because I thought it was a bad idea. And long story short, we both agree that I was right now. And fuck bankruptcy. I personally didn't know all of the bad stuff that happened after bankruptcy. I just thought it was dishonorable. Like, if I had, what would it take? 5-10 grand maybe of my own profit money after having my basics covered, and not compromising my security, just pure profit. What I would do with it is I would find everybody I ever mowed money, even whether or not I was still held account to it, even if it's passed off my record and anything. I would go and I would ask them, how do I send you the money that I used to owe you? And I think it's probably like $3,400 including medical bills. Because the only credit card I ever had was like $1,500. And that was with a $1,000 limit. After all the interest and late fees and everything, after it canceled. Well, I canceled it. But that was a long story, and let's just say I wasn't the only one using the card. Anyway, I've always been very conservative with money, and every time somebody wants to spend some money around here, I just roll my eyes. It's just like, we need to get to a point where we're actually successful and not struggling. Not just be happy with this and indulge when we can. That's just not how I want to live. I want my fucking fish store. I want the GT honors kids, the little smartest group of kids in the little schools around here, to have field trips to my store so I can give them tours and explain to them exactly how the ocean is being screwed up right now and how we can fix it. I want to encourage those kids to go and become marine biologists and bring that knowledge back to Louisiana. And I want real estate people who want the building or fish tanks installed, of course. I want real estate people to be exposed to it. I want the agents, the investors, the developers. And there's a lot of people that own a lot of stuff that live here in this nice, ritzy little small town. And even people that still own stuff in New Orleans. They came out here after Katrina. About 15,000 or 11,000 or something people here are from New Orleans. Anyways. So with all them people coming out here, it's, no wonder the job market is less than impressive. You have to commute to the other side of a city that's known for horrible traffic. From one side to the exact opposite side of it. Just to get to where, like, the big metropolis type strip center oriented job market is. And around here, if I want to risk my disability, there's only one job that would even take me, and that's these 2 used car lots. So you see, I did not do well selling luxury performance imports. I'm sure as hell not going to do well selling pieces of shit. Like, if I was to get the job, I would basically introduce myself and say, I'm not a salesperson, I am your inspector. When I find you a good car, you're going to buy it from me at retail. Period. And that's how I'm going to make my money. In fact, it's probably a good idea. But I got to see what they say about my cane and my limping and, you know, the fact that some days I can't freaking walk right. And, you know, I had my dream job there at Honda. And I was so ready to call the disability office and tell them, take me off it. I found a career. And then my sales manager told me I could not walk around with my cane. Like, I need a cane to stay on my feet because my spine grinds. And I wind up having severe spasms if I stay on my feet for any length of time. Like more than 35 minutes, and it starts to get irritating. I can stay standing for long periods of time. But then once I sleep, the next day, legs do not want to move. My hips just... But that's only extreme situations, you know, like standing for 8-10 hours a day. So I would be working, you know, long shift at Richard Honda, and then the next day just barely be able to raising my hips hurts my lower back. I don't know how else to explain it. Like my legs feel heavy. And then it's just a debilitating amount of pain happens around the center of my spine. And yeah, I need a freaking cane, and they wouldn't let me have a cane. But like, lots like that, they don't have a good inspection process, you know. And I'm not the Starship Enterprise, okay? I don't have spectrographic sensors arrays and, you know, I can't invert a tachyon beam or what. I'm a good mechanic. I can listen to cars and drive cars and tell you just about anything that's wrong with them, okay? Don't have to get under the hood much, but I can. And I will. But what if I go and try to work part-time at one of these places and they got nothing but shit cars? Because to tell you the truth, as far as I know, that's how most of those places operate. They buy shit cars at auction. They do very minimal to fix them up so they can make the maximum amount of profit. And then all the unseen problems become your problems. I don't want to be that guy. If only they'd open up a freaking Honda dealership out here and they had a sales manager who wasn't a total jerk. I liked the guy too. I didn't have a problem with him. Kind of caught me off guard and really pissed me off when he told me that. That's the last job I had too. And they put me on review for it and everything, and had to get reevaluated. They were apologizing to me for reevaluating me when it was all done. And that seemed to be open to ideas regarding the kind of stuff I've been wanting to try to do here on this channel. And y'all know my connection to Australia. And I think, as far as, English-speaking people, they are the number one place where this is going to get done and started. Like, I think we need to kind of change the world into a place where the coolest thing to be is like allies with America and Australia when it comes to saving the environment. You got the number one polluter, unless China's passed us up. They might have passed us up by now. Okay, not gonna forget to unmute it that time. But anyways, as I was saying, unless China's passed us up by now, you'd have the number one polluter and the keepers of the number one pristine ocean environment, as far as world fame goes. I personally think all of the Indonesian area, Polynesian area, counts as the most pristine ocean environment. And boy, China, please, China. How can you like that man that says your name that way? How can you be friends with the people that put them there? Anyway, China needs to stop building those islands, because what makes Polynesia like the breadbasket of the world as far as how much fish it can produce naturally, if kept pristine, is the current. This amazing flow-through current, and the rate at which it flows is what makes life on the whole earth achieve its highest percentage of success. I don't know how to explain it. So the Gulf of Mexico, like I said, is supposed to be the live rock. I mean the planted refugium, along with all of the continental shelf areas where kelp forests and large amounts of plants can grow. But the Gulf of Mexico in particular should be taken advantage of as a refugium because it needs to have a net positive impact on the environment. It can't have a negative impact on the ocean as a whole. That's what I mean by that. It's got so many rivers dumping so much pollution into it. We've got to have enough stewardship over that Gulf of Mexico region as a whole in order not just to mitigate the damage that we're causing through the, what the rivers are dumping, but to let the Gulf of Mexico perform its actual natural function, which is to clean the toxicity that develops from the decomposing pollution in the Atlantic and the oceans as a whole. And to the same respect, the Polynesian islands and all of those rocky wave crashing formations and all of the different little ridges that really fast current sweeps through, that is the ocean's live rock filter. In the same respect that the Gulf of Mexico is the refugium, obviously there's lots of live rock, there's lots of planted areas, but these are the two places where we need to recognize that most of the wild, as far as concentrated capacity for that type of filtration, exists there in that region. Just like it used to exist in the Gulf of Mexico before we even started exploring the ocean, basically. Anyways. So, Zachary, Louisiana, being such a central, talked about town in Louisiana. I mean, it really is. It's the biggest little small town in Louisiana. It's the place where you want to put the pyramid, the independent aquarium, and just put money into promoting it. The idea of it, the purpose of it, the cause, and just milk it for everything that it's worth. Even with the clownfish race car, that'd be so worth doing. But for right now, I'm just... Wife needs a new cell phone. Screen's been cracked for over a year. Now the damn thing barely works at all. And I'm telling her no. Like I say, we have our coffee and our cigarettes, and we have our indulgences, and we have them budgeted out. And in order to have those things, we aren't allowed to do anything else, basically. And I would just like to be able to not necessarily even get to the point where I have more for myself, but I'd like for my wife to be able to not have to be using a phone with a cracked screen for over a year. Like myself personally, there is nothing I would rather daily drive than that CRV out there. Well, and maybe my Accord when it's nice and cool and it's bright outside. But as far as nighttime and in the rain, I don't even want a new car. When it comes to my personal profit, I'm going to be directly reinvesting that. Because, when it comes to what I like to do, all of it applies to this. And being limited to video games just kind of makes me sick, but video games are cheap. $20. No maintenance, Something to do so you don't drive yourself crazy. Not being able to do anything fucking productive. If I thought this house would hold some more fish tanks, I would start breeding perculas again. But we just don't have the room, and damn floor's falling through, so it's like the clock is ticking on how long this place will even last. That's just crazy. Anyway. So you heard enough? I've heard enough. Shut the fuck up, Sean. Okay. I'm gonna kill these slugs now. So, what I was doing, because the battle didn't work very well, is just going to change everybody to commando, because it seemed like maybe 2 commandos and a saboteur. We'll see how that works. Because these fuckers were immune to magic. And didn't seem to stagger very well. Much better with the physical attackers. With only one physical attacker, they were able to heal by absorbing health from me. Oh boy, a star pendant. Yeah. So anyways, that is the little teleport thing we came through. And this was the second mission for sheath stone number 42, I believe. Or was it 36? I'm not sure. We just killed something, and now it's dead. And let's see here. So the one that I have done is solid. The one that I haven't done yet is flashing. So I'm going to go to the one that's flashing. And we'll see what the hell it is. Oh, and the chat disconnected again for no reason. The microphone's still on, isn't it? Alright, so effulgence like to sunlight reveals a truth that no unknowing eye might see. Okay. Effulgence? Whatever. Never heard that word in my life. The illusions we name boundaries are but challenges to overcome. Overcome the challenge of the verdelet, and an undeniable truth shall be divulged. Well, isn't that special? Alright, mission number 40. So they should get progressively harder. I don't even know what the hell this tart is going to be. I was expecting the flower cactus right there. Star blossom seed. Okay, let's see what these fuckers are. Oh, those fuckers. So they're probably going to summon something and it's going to be really annoying. But there's no way of knowing what it is. So... we're just going to go back to the standard setup. Alright. Let's see how that works. I know they're going to do a lot of magic. I'm going to give everybody a witch's bracelet. There we go. I doing on saws? Not too good. Oh, hi. Fish saw me. Yep. Oh, I could have killed him that easy? Damn. I thought there were going to be some kind of terrible version of it. And they're dead. Glad I didn't waste a shroud on them. I thought there was more than 2 of them. Oh boy, a Zealox amulet. So I've never been here before. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the right. Oh boy. So it's actually seeming like there's weaker foes to the right. This way here. Now that I've said that, I'll probably get my ass kicked. Alright, how many of them? Got a big red one, a big yellow one, and a moofy brown one. Oh, that's cool. This should be fun. Let's see, they're the ones that poison those little twisty guys with poison, so. Not so much worried about the status elements on there. Do need a general's belt. And, that's good enough. And instead of her weirding glyph. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ah, moldy house. Moldy house. It's fucking moldy in my house. The roof leaks. The floor is weak. It's one big, tiny piece of shit. Anyways, where am I? Who am I? What am I doing? Oh yeah, stuff. I like stuff. Alright. I know I'm going to regret that. But I like my collector catalog because I like getting lots of stuff. I gotta blow my freaking nose. Conway, you still there? Oh, 1 second, please. Okay. Oh, cigarette. Okay. Okay. So I'm going with higher magic on her with the ultimate weapon, the Lionheart's quick stagger thing. Just for the fun of it. And she's gonna get a weirding glyph. And instead of the royal armlet, there's a general's belt. There we go. This is kind of retarded. Anyways. I have her doing hella magic. Alright. I guess the rest of this is fine. Let the Ruwingas begin. Here, Blobby, Blobby, Blobby. Hello, Blobby. Ah, fuck it. I'm gonna go with the Wiggle first, thanks. Fuck you. Come on, do your thing. No? Alright, fine. Quake? No shit. Look at you, cheeky bastard. I think we can fuck him up more than that, Fang. Come on. That's all you got? Slow and show, huh? Well, that'll have to do. Oh, 10,000 ain't bad. Certainly not as efficient as a cactar, but not bad. Alright, so this looks like the same place where we fought the Ocean. And there's a sheath stone lying there. Apparently only one way out. Okay. Baba. Looked like a behemoth. Oh, jeez. Alright, let me just go see how I'm doing on money. I like money. Alright, what is this Z-lot? No. It's 2,500 gil. I need my pocket. Diamond bangle. What bangles do I have? Platinum bangle, diamond bangle. I'm gonna sell the platinum bangle. Yeah, you're basically fucking useless. So I'm gonna keep the other diamond bangle. Second collector catalog actually does work and helps you get more items, but I don't really need items that bad anymore. But I could go use them to mine perfumes, so I guess I'll keep that. Still haven't quite found a use for the tetrahedric tiaras yet, but it seems like it would be something useful. It casts Protect, Shell, Veil, and Vigilance at the start of a battle. Doesn't last very long. But if there's something you can get over quickly and, you know, it's useful for that, I guess. But if it's going to be a long battle, then it's not worth having that taking up a slot on your armor, not doing anything else after that first function, you know? Yeah. But there might be something in leveling up that it's useful for, so I'm hanging on to them for now. night rain. I've heard that it's pretty good once you upgrade it. But that's just a lot of money. Alright, a star pendant. Do I need another one of those? I don't think so. It's only $1,500. It would cost more to replace if I ever wanted another one. Doctor's code, that's something worth playing around with, I guess. Worth keeping. I just won all these. Just found these all in the Titan trials here. Siltstone ring, now that's handy. Witch's bracelet, I seem to have enough of those. But 2 more of them could be useful. Alright. So I got another golden nugget. Sell that. That's cool. Gold dust, I got 2 more of those. Sell those. Star blossom seed. Cactar doll. Cobalite. I'm sure I don't need 6 of them. So I'll sell 1 of them. Keep 5, actually. I don't even know what the hell those are for. I'm gonna sell 2. I'll keep 3 of them. And if I haven't been able to use them at this point, millerite. 1 of them. What is that? Rhodochrosite. Yeah, I don't know what that's for. Selling 2, keeping 3. Alright. These can be rather useful. I'm just going to stock up on this right now. I really don't need that many Libra scopes. Just don't use them very often. I guess. do for now. Alright, oceans. Let's see, I need 13 of them. Fingers down, back down to 21. Okay. Alright, so now, fighting a behemoth. I'm not going to delude myself into thinking I can kill him quickly. He's going to be some kind of special motherfucker. But I'll stay with the quick stagger. No, I'm gonna need hella damage. Helter Skelter. And not the weirding glyph. We're gonna go with the power glove. Gonna leave the general's belt and the witch's bracelets. Boss battle, I'm not worried about the fucking collector catalog. Gonna use a weirding glyph, and hopefully she'll be able to have her status elements work. Alright. Alright, let's just fucking see how this works. Suppose might as well see if I got any more levels to grab. Where you are? I'm doing synergist. Yeah, synergist. Roll level. How about that? And you are doing... Oh, why not? Let's do Saboteur. Ooh. And she's going commando immediately. If there ever was a chick with a dick, it's probably her. Anyways. I'm just going to save right quick because it's been a long time. No, not that long. popping smoke. Let's do this, fucker. Big cheeky fucker. It's not the screen, it's all foggy. It's actually all foggy. Oh, Jesus. Whether you're going to go with imperil first. Okay. Get him! Ah, good. Well, the fucking shrouds were unnecessary. That was disappointing. So apparently, they go from least difficult at the bottom of the grid to more difficult as you go up. I started the other way, wound up fighting a freaking Neochu, and yeah, no. Ooh. Kind of looked like he was going to squash us for a second. Okay. So it brings you back out to the beginning. Here's Titan, looking all creepy. Huge. That was terribly fucking disappointing as far as the CP goes, though. So what do you think, Mr. Conway? Should I call it a broadcast, or should we go try to find some harder enemies to fight? I mean, I'm gonna find some harder enemies to fight. Just don't know whether or not you want to see it. But I think as far as the instructional portion, that about covers it. That's a totally different area. So I can't go and show the map that led to this again. But back on the muted part of the video I was showing you. I think as far as time goes, though, I don't know, I'm just so bored with fighting that other shit. gotta go fight that guy again. And then apparently, you choose your path from there. If you want harder foes, you go to the left. If you want weaker foes, you go to the right. The weaker foes are basically pointless, except for easy way to get to that last advancement of the stage. But anyways, I guess I will go ahead and call it a broadcast. Unless you're bored, Conway. Are you bored? If you're bored, I'll hang out. But if so, I gotta mute the camera and let out a big fart. I'll just try to get it out silently. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't make a damn difference. I don't know how they're going to take you from 3,500 CP. Oh, looks like that one's active already. Looks like it lets you skip it, doesn't it? Yeah, whatever. So I suppose you could just teleport through here to one completed stone at a time. Of course, you gotta kill these two little fuckers first. I like Thendagas. Damn. Got enough status ailments on him? Fang had it. We should have just left him alive. He was suffering more. We put him out of his misery. Holy shit. Oh, these assholes. I hate these guys. There we go, and frost. That looks useful. Oh, fuck you and your storm conduction. Kind of badass. Frost striking the shit out of him. That was cool. It was jingly too. Is that 13,000 seat? Wait, what? Okay, never mind. I like those guys. 13,800. As long as you're well prepared. Alright, so we've been to both of these. But I think I need to go to this one to not be stuck all the way to the left. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're going to do the starfall penance because I think this guy poisons. Ah, screw it, I want the power. What's up, Big Ugly? There we go. And fire. Don't take forever or anything. Ow. That's a good one. Really? Alright, time for you to die. Let's go and remove that. All the different status buffs I just employed. Ah, caught that in time. Oh, this is just too much fun. Whoopee! What? Whoopee! You can sell those, those are nice. Alright, so to the right is where I haven't been yet. Oh, looks pretty lame. Enemies? Try not to hit lightning in the face with your staff fang. Whoa. Uh-huh. Oh wait. I really wanted to fucking change my damn formation. Oops. I could have made do, but I was annoyed last time, so I'm just gonna fix it this time. No Decepticol. Although, if I have any difficulty, I'll just use a Decepticol. Next time, Gadget. Next time. Come on, you fuckers. $12,720. Not bad. Certainly wasn't difficult. Oh, I totally got you. 6,000 for those two fuckers. That ain't bad. Alright, so I have my choice of left or right. Taking care of all the bad guys. Right is harder, left is easier. I'm gonna go left this time. What is that? It's like some sort of Pokemon. What the fuck is that? Alright, I'll go to the other one. I didn't realize I was on the final stage. Fuck it, I'll fight him. I don't feel like walking, so I'll fight this one. If I fail, oh well. I don't even know what this is, so how the hell am I supposed to prepare for it? I wonder. All I know is you need to get your ass to haste. I'm tired of falling behind on HP with her. Alright, we're gonna go general offense and defense, I suppose. I don't even know what the fuck is that. Okay. General magic and physical defense. How about that? I'm gonna go ahead and pop fucking shrouds, because it might be a really hard one. I don't know. I don't know what I'm fighting. Could be hard, could be easy. I don't know. Could be a lot of really annoying little things. Oh. Those fuckers. Again, wasting the fucking shrouds. At least I'm not using Decepticol. 20-sided die? What the fuck is that? What? Oh. Music. Got me. Boss fight music, and then him like, I want to fight you now. Oh well, I suppose I wouldn't have been able to get that done so quickly if I didn't, use the shrouds. So I won't fucking, soft reset, I suppose. Alright. So I guess you get the point. Now, there are groups of skanots and skatanes deep in that secret area cave that give really good CP, but it's a long way to go to get to them to get the good leveling. You can't take a chocobo or anything. You gotta fight a bunch of little menial shit before you get to them. And then there's Tajine's Tower, and I think the 5th level with the robots. You could back and forth around there for a while. But those are all tedious. I think the little method of behemoth hunting combined with the Titan trials, pretty much the way to go. Well, let's face it, the Titan trials are basically made for leveling up. It's designed to mitigate boredom to some extent. And it does have pretty good CP. I mean, here you only get 6,600. But that's pretty quick. My face is in Fang's leg. No comment. So yeah. You can mess around here. Oh damn it, I didn't even mean to do it. You can mess around here until they catch me. Oh, damn it. Really. Really. I wasn't trying to jump off. I really wish they had a fucking jump command on here instead of relying on these automatic points where you jump. Just trying to get a nice view. Can I get a nice view? Do you mind if I just get a nice view? Damn it! Okay, so, like I said, coming back up through here. And ambushing those guys one after the other. It's a good first way to level up. And then once you get to where you can fight the Behemoth King without ambushing him comfortably, you move on to the what's his fuck over there? The Addy Manchild or whatever. The ADD Manchild. Now, here's my big beef with the post game on this. That's Cocoon right there. Cocoon's supposed to have like a big pile of crystal underneath it. And it's supposed to be, you know, kind of sitting there on a pillar of crystal. Not still floating like it always has. They really could have made a different level of satisfaction with this game if they would have just put the crystal pillar there, and just when you go to Cocoon, there's no more bad guys. It's just a place to go for a mini game of some sort, and that would be really cool. Anyways, there is one last place. I was just about to call it quits. Hey, Behemoth King, why don't you just go fight that cactuar? Alright, so get to the last and a very valuable place for leveling up is back in the Eden Hall. Speaking of plot holes, speaking of post-game things that should not be. I mean, I suppose Eden Hall has more business being there than most things. We freed them from the Fall Sea. Why is Orphan's Cradle still there, you know? This is all kind of bright and flickery, so I'll put the background on. So, these guys here, they cast death. It's not really that big of a deal. They do a lot of annoying shit. you really, you want to focus mostly on just killing them quickly. And, I mean, I suppose I'll put the sheriff's crown, but it seems like it doesn't do much good. And, put the witch's bracelet. I don't know why, I just like them to be in certain orders. Go ahead and leave her with the goddess favor, because there's nothing we can do about the status elements otherwise. And we're going to put the, I'm going to give her 2 ribbon glyphs. Give her the fucking power glove. Unless I have another ribbon glyph. Oh, I do. Alright. So we're going to focus on staggering magic. And, yeah, I'm not really fucking worried about the deaths too much. I'm just going to take it off of her, actually. There we go, that makes more sense. Walking up from there, you can sometimes preempt them. Not bad. So, right there, 2 perfumes. And they sell for $12,000 a piece. A piece. A peach? I don't know, I got fucking dentures. Alright, I'm going to put the collector Cadillac back on there. And we're going to buff up a little bit. So not great on the CP, but there we go. Scarletite. When you're upgrading all your little weapons and armors, Scarletite gets used a whole lot. I don't know how the hell they only drop one perfume though. Oh well. So let's see, how do we get them to respawn? Do we have to leave and come back? Looks like we do. But anyway. There used to be a lot more attached to this area. But that's all there is to it now. And there's always Cocoon. If you get bored, you can just run through it again. And there's a couple of areas with behemoths and antimatoids, adamantoids, or adamantine-childs, and ADD man-childs. Yeah, like me. What? And some of those big, what do you call them? The big machine things. Oh fuck, what are they called? Kind of sounds like behemoth. Juggernaut. Behemoth, Juggernaut, yeah. Like a cinnamon. Or cinnamon. Possibly brown sugar. Anyways. Oh, okay. I gotta stretch. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and call this a broadcast. Thanks for hanging out, Mr. Conway. And, if you wind up playing this game, I hope you find this advice useful. And, you know, if you like to look at 3 really attractive women while you're playing a game, there they are. Fully capable and able to kick ass with the best of them. Now, if you want to be a chicken shit and make things easy for yourself, you can use the guys. Hope may have less HP, but he's got the quick casting magic. And it certainly makes him a terrible motherfucker. But anyways, as for here. As for the Easy Reefers project, like I said, you can take all the direct action you want to, but to get the Great Barrier Reef preserved and to get the oceans restored, we need to get how's the word? You don't need like an Alex Jones. You need a cross between Alex Jones, Donald Trump, and Barack Obama. Now, I got the cross between Alex Jones and Barack Obama down. But in order to do the Trump thing, I need to start buying land and developing it. And I'm going to make it all a big reality show, too. But, anyways. Isn't it ironic? So, hope y'all have a good weekend. I hope to be on again sometime this weekend when I have some good news to report, maybe. But, thanks for hanging out, Mr. Conway. You're the only person who apparently was watching tonight. And whoever watches in the future, thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and click the little dingy bell for notifications. And, of course, support Easy Reefers at patreon.com/Easy Reefers. You can like us on Facebook at Facebook/Easy Reefers, or follow us on Twitter at Twitter/Easy Reefers. All the big things where Easy Reefers can be found. You can find us there, and I hope you do. And thank you for our longtime viewers' continued support, because, we can't pay bills without you. And summertime electric bill is killing us. So, that's all for now. Y'all take it easy. Don't take it all. Peace.
Oh, you know I want you there, I want to be right there with you.